With petrol prices at record highs and domestic gas and electricity bills set to rise next month, the need for cheap, reliable energy is greater than ever.
The Prime Minister hinted this week the ban on fracking in the UK could be lifted in order to help limit the impact of current global uncertainty on fuel prices.
But were there good reasons for the fracking ban in the first place? Has anything changed? And are renewable options such as onshore wind farms a better bet?
Let's get thoughts of Dr. Benny Peiser, climate policy expert and director at Net Zero Watch. Benny, thanks for coming on. In the current geopolitical climate, is a review of the UK's ban on fracking a sensible move?
Absolutely. Good morning, Esther. Absolutely. If you compare the gas prices in Europe, where fracking is basically banned, to the US, where they are getting a lot of shale gas out of the ground, we're paying roughly between 10 and 15 times higher gas prices than in the US. So clearly, if you have plenty of shale gas, prices will come down quite dramatically. The question is, how much is there? We don't know exactly, but we need to find out. And it's just ridiculous that we can't even try.
Benny, obviously in the past, the focus on energy policy over the last few years has all been about making it greener. Now it seems to me there's an opportunity for that debate to change to being about security and about the cost of it. I just wondered, has the issue with gas and oil and all of this and the prices that have gone up, in a funny kind of way, has that made the case for renewable energy? Because some people would say, well, look, that gives us security and also it's cheaper.
Yeah, well, most people don't understand the energy system, and they don't understand that as we increase the amount of renewables, we increase the amount of gas that is needed to back up the renewables. So if you compare what the energy mix was 30 years ago, 70% of energy, electricity generated was coal. There was hardly any gas, and 20% was nuclear. And today, coal has been almost entirely replaced by renewables and gas, because the more renewables have come on, the more gas was necessary to back up the renewables. So this idea that we increase the percentage of renewables, that would replace gas, is really naive, because how are we going to heat our homes and power our country if there is no wind and solar? So we need these backup power plants, and that requires a lot of gas, and the gas price goes up. So it's really naive and not workable. We need a bigger mix. We need more alternative forms of energy supply, and that certainly means we need more shale gas. And possibly, if we can no longer afford to heat our homes or power our country, we might have to go back to coal, as Germany and Italy are now doing. There is the potential. I mean, think about it. The latest estimate are that our energy bills will quadruple. So in other words, they will be 4 times as expensive than a year ago. Most families won't be able to afford that. Most energy suppliers will go bankrupt.
Benny, I get the point about shale energy. It's something I've argued for quite a bit over a long period of time. But obviously, when it was sort of explored for the first time, it met a lot of local resistance in the areas where it was going to be brought up. People there said that they were experiencing mini earthquakes and things. So, I mean, are these concerns legitimate? And with the level of public opposition in those places where shale is it ever likely to happen?
Well, look, these tremors have been totally exaggerated. They're so minute that you really, it's a bit like a van driving past your house. It's that kind of, it's not an earthquake, it's a minor tremor. And wherever you have geological activity, wherever you have geothermal or, drilling into the earth, you have these tremors. That is inevitable. So the people of Blackpool and in the Northwest, they have to decide, do they prefer energy bills going through the roof, or do they prefer to have energy security and affordable energy? You have to weigh up, and you want the jobs that come with it, and you want to make sure that your homes are warm. You have to weigh up the pros and the cons. And in my opinion, there are more benefits. After all, the Industrial Revolution was based on coal, and, coal mining was part of, British history for 200 years. And we accepted that. And the British public accepted that because it meant that we had, better life, quality of life, and everything, we have today is based on cheap energy.
And Benny, I did a couple of surveys. One was on what did the public want. Was it security, affordability, reliability, or green energy? And actually it came through significantly so that it was security and affordability right at the top, then reliability, and then green energy at the bottom. Not saying that we didn't want a path to being green, it just was at the right time. And the second survey I did was, is now the time to do shale? And 84% of those who voted said, yes, it is the time now to do shale. So my question to you, if you can give us a quick response, the new supply strategy from Boris will be coming forward in a few days. What would you like to see on it?
Everything that can be done has to be done. He cannot leave out options that would ease the pain. So any strategy that isn't comprehensive and uses all the tools that he has will come back to bite him, because he will be blamed for an utter energy disaster that we're facing in the next 12 months. As I said, the estimates are that we might not only see a trebling of costs, but a quadrupling of costs, up to £4,000 per year per household on average. As I said, most families are unable to afford that. So unless he comes up with a plan that includes every possible option, it won't be credible, it won't work, and he will be punished.
Dr. Benny Peiser, Director of Net Zero Watch, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
And we want to hear your views as well. Do email us in. What do you think about shale? Is that the way forward?